Whenever I make this bread machine sweet bread recipe, my whole house smells like a bakery. The bread itself has this perfect softness inside with crunchy almonds that toast up nicely on top. It is not too sweet, which I like. My kids always know when I am making it. They just hover around the kitchen waiting for that first warm slice. To make this bread machine sweet bread recipe, start by pouring 1 cup of lukewarm water into the bread pan. Then, add 3 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk to the pan. Next, add 2 tablespoons of sugar to the bread pan, followed by half a teaspoon of salt. Then, add 3 1/4 cups or 425 grams of bread flour to the bread pan. Next, add 2 tablespoons of butter, just placing it on top of the flour as you see me doing here. Then, add 2 teaspoons of bread machine yeast. Place the bread pan back into the bread machine and lock it into place. Set the bread machine to basic or sweet bread setting. Once the dough has formed during the initial mixing phase, add 1½ teaspoons of almond extract. Next, add 3/4 cup of almond flakes to the dough and let the bread machine mix them in. The machine will spread them throughout the dough as it continues its kneading process. You'll hear the crunching sound as they get mixed in. Once the dough has risen and filled the bread pan, as you can see here, take a pastry brush and coat the top with egg wash. Brush it gently from the center outward to avoid deflating the dough. Get into all the corners too. Next, sprinkle some almond flakes on the top so that loaf will have that nice crunch. They get toasty when baking and make the bread look homemade. Then, let the bread machine finish the baking cycle. The bread will turn golden brown on top, and the smell of fresh baked almond bread will fill your kitchen. Nothing beats that warm, sweet aroma that tells you something delicious is almost ready. Carefully remove the bread from the bread pan. This almond bread looks awesome with all those toasty flakes on top. I always cut into it while it's still warm. I can't help myself. It's super soft inside and just a little sweet. When you tear a piece off, you can see all the little almond bits mixed in. The smell hits you right away, warm and nutty. My family usually demolishes half the loaf before it even cools down. If you like this easy bread machine sweet bread with almonds, then check out also how to make this super easy and fluffy bread machine milk and honey loaf. Here, that one's even simpler but turns out so soft and pillowy. Check it out now.